Hello po, magandang araw po. March 8, 2022 at ngayon ay Tuesday. Ito po ang The Stock Market Today. Kung first time niyo po sa channel na ito, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. At ginagawa ko po itong report araw-araw na sinimulan ko po noong August of 2020. Nire-report ko rin po ang pinaka latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, inimbitahan ko po kayo mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. By the way, I am not a financial advisor and anything I say in this channel should not be construed as financial advice. Ang ating news ay tungkol sa, nakita nyo na po, Philippine shares. Ang nangyayari po sa ating Philippine stock market at gayon din naman sa ating peso-dollar rate. Yan po ang ating main news. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa Philippine Stock Exchange ngayong araw, March 8, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, so let's start, Dito po sa main news natin, una po yung headlines. Jokno says, surging oil, a key risk to Philippines, Yung inflation, dahil tumataas po ang presyo ng langis, at ngayon po ay nagkaroon po ng increase sa diesel prices, and gasoline prices. Kanina po, nakita ko po na doon po sa may amin, 5 peso increase po. At kagabi po, marami pong pumipila for gasoline and diesel. NEDA says fuel crisis slash 330 billion from economy. Peso falls to a 30-month low, 52 to 1 US dollar. So maganda po ito sa ating OFW at mga exports, pero hindi po ito maganda sa mga exports, but hindi po maganda sa ating imports o mga importers. Tumataas yung kanilang cost. AP net profits rise 69% year on year, 21.1 billion in full year 2021. AEV reports full year 21 core net income of 26.8 billion, 68% up year on year. DMC full year 21 core net income up 3 times year on year, 17.4 billion. So marami pong kumikitang kumpanya amidst the pandemic. Ito ang isang balita din, Bloom reports full year EBITDA of 5.2 billion, up 4 times year on year. Pero hindi niya sinabing loss. Actually, loss po ito Pero lumiit yung loss. Yan po, yung last sentence, Bloom's FY21 net loss declined to 4.2. So it's a loss, but a decline in the loss. Then Pizza acquires Potato Corner assets and Singapore entity. Emrit 6-month core income at 1.3 billion. So yan po, ang ating mga headlines. So tingnan natin ito from the business world. Philippine shares decline as Russian attacks continue. So this news continues to hound the stock market, Shares slid on Monday as market sentiment remained negative amidst the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. The benchmark PSE went down 53.94 points. Actually, ni-report ko po ito kahapon. Philippine shares dropped as Russian-Ukraine conflict sparked nuclear fears. Regina Capital Corp head of sales Luis A. Lingdingan said in a Viber message. The market continued to react to supply disruptions stemming from Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine and the possibility of a ban on Russian oil and natural gas, Mr. Lingdingan said. Russian forces that seized Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant have now placed staff running the facility under the command and restricted communications with the outside world, the United Nations nuclear watchdog said on Sunday, Reuters reported. Okay, the International Atomic Energy Agency said it was extremely concerned about the developments at Zaporizhzhia, Europe's largest nuclear power plant, citing information from Ukraine's nuclear regulator. Ukrainian authorities said Russian forces had seized control of Zaporizhzhia on Friday after setting an adjacent training facility on fire. Russia's defense ministry blamed the attack on Ukrainian saboteurs, calling it monstrous provocation. On Monday, Brent crude soared $130 a barrel, its highest since 2008, prompting the United States and Europe to consider Russian oil import ban amid supply fears. So, nagkakaroon po ng problem in the supply at nagkakaroon po ng sentiment on the market because of the continued prolonged conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Ito naman is another thing which affects the stock market. Peso sinks past 52 to $1 level for the first time since 2019, stoking inflation fears. The Philippine peso dropped past the 52 peso barrier for the first time since 2019 on Monday as Russia's invasion of Ukraine continued to prop up the US dollars, triggering inflation concerns amid already high oil prices. The local unit shed 44 centavos from its previous finish to close at 52.18 against the greenback. Its worst showing for the day was 52.19 versus the dollar. The last time that local currency traded at this level was way back 2019 when the government's ambitious infrastructure program pushed up demand for the greenback amid heightened importation and construction materials. As it is, the peso is trading within the Duterte administration's 48 to 53 average forecast this year. The currency has fallen 2.3% since the beginning of 2022. Pagka nakakaroon po kasi ng inflation, inverse po kasi yung effect sa stock market. Tumataas po yung interest rates, bumababa po yung level ng stock market. Pagka bumababa po yung rates or inflation, ay tumataas po ang stock market. It is because yung money goes from one point to another. So instead of going to the stock market, you go to safer investments, like bonds, T-bills, gold, yun po. Kung tumataas po yung inflation, you go to safer havens. The stock market goes down because money flows out. So, tignan na po natin ang nangyari sa Philippine stock market. Let's refresh po muna. But while this is refreshing, may I just acknowledge two requests from Rudy Mateo, SMC Sir, thanks. And Frank Nifares, Mary Mart po. Okay. So let's take a look. Naku, it's a solid red engulfing candlestick. The PSE index tumbled, declined, or ano masasabi natin dito? 4.26% down, 310 points. This is the largest since December 1, when it fell 3.52%. Ito 4.26. This is the largest. 310 points. Nasa 7 below the 7,000 level, which is this is already. Taas muna natin to. It's below the support level, no? Actually, it reached the second support level of 7,000 and it is now within that area, no? Kasi yung pinaka-support level natin is EMA 100 and it fell today. And now RSI is now one of the lowest at 35.92. So yung ating mga moving averages are way above the closing index, which is, I would say, a bear market. Pero hindi pa natin masabing bear market yan, ano? Maaring temporary lang po ito. Ngayon po, 178 companies declined, 57 advanced, while 21 remained unchanged. So, ang daming nag-decline, ano? However, one bright spot that we have in our sectoral indices is mining, which gained 3.62%. The all-share index also declined 3.3%. So, lahat red except for mining. So, tignan na natin yung mining and oil. Yan, tuloy-tuloy, diretso pa rin siya pataas, ano? Mamaya tignan po natin few mining stocks, ano? Include po natin si NIKL at FNI. Yan, so pataas pa rin siya. And there is volume, although the candlestick is smaller than the previous day, but still it continues to move up. So mining is 3.62% up, but the greatest loser is properties at 4.08, or holding companies at 4.23. I'm sorry, it's the financials of 5.16. Yan. Yun po ang bumagsak, ano? Silipin nga natin si BDO. Yan yung leading, eh. 124 na lang. Pero maganda po ito, time to buy. No? Very cheap po yung stocks. And before you realize it, it's already very cheap. Okay. So, let's take a look at the following. Merrimart, SMC, AEV is gained today, no? Meron siyang profit. Tingnan din natin si URC. URC is mababa si URC. And then let's take a look at two mining stocks, NIKL and FNI. Yan. Okay? So, Merrimart po muna tayo. Okay. So, Merrimart. Naku, bumagsak si Merrimart. Kasi on the short term, it's moving sideways based on the 20-day exponential moving average. But right now, because of market sentiment, it went down 0.28 or 28 centavos. Tingnan natin yung weekly, 1 week chart. Okay, so this is the 1 week chart of Merrimart. Actually, it's below support level. Ang pinaka-support po niya ay, well, within support area, no? 1.83 si Merrimart based on a 1 week, but 1 day. So, meron din ditong isa na nakita ko, no? The next support level, 1.74. And RSI is bearish, 36. No? So, pababa pa rin po si Merrimart, and I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel until I suppose that the conflict in Russia between Russia and Ukraine is resolved. So, kung meron pong linaw po yan, ay baka po magbago ang ating trend. In the meantime, most of our index stocks are already very low or bargain na po. So, tingnan po natin ang mangyayari po bukas. And then, let's see SMC. Naku, ganun din siya, no? It went as low as 98.95. But it closed at 103. No? So, bearish po si SMC, no? And it is below support. Let's do a 1 week chart. Next support level is nandito po. Actually, this is already support. No? Yan, nasa 96 po. Ang support level, 96 to 98, I suppose. Yung support level, and the next one would be here at 83. ito na po yung March 2020 pandemic time. Yan. Yung next support level niya. So yan po si SMC, and it is bear, no? Bear siya. Hindi ko masabing bear market na, but it has been moving down since December. No, so some analysts would say that this is a cheap level already. So tingnan lang po natin, no? Another one that we have would be AEV, which had profits. Ito, AEV, meron siyang trend, no, upwards. And our support is the EMA 50, and it has now reached support level. Meron siyang dividends of 1.62, but tingnan natin kung magbabounce mo sa support level. I think this conflict is just temporary. Pero kung bumaba pa rin siya, no, maganda to pick up the stock. Ex-date is March 15, and meron siyang news earlier, si AEV. Dito natin tingnan. Yung news niya dito is core net income of 28.6 billion, up 68%. But the stock is going down, so I think it's time to pick up the stock. So nag-reach na siya ng support level dito. It's, I think, time to pick up this stock dahil the valuation may be already cheap natin. AEV is Boytis Equity Holdings. Na-reach na niya yung kanyang valuation. No, nasa 59 yung valuation niya, but we will have to update this, ano, kasi baka previous report pa ito, and that has to be updated. Baka hindi na consider itong 68% increase year on year. Okay? So yan po ang AEV, and then URC. No, sorry. This is URC. Naku, URC is at 110.30. Talagang napaka-baba na nito, no? Ni URC. It fell 3.75%. Yesterday, it fell at 4.26. But kung titignan natin si URC, ang valuation po niya, I think this is updated. Let's take a look. Universal Rubina, 145. It's a 27 to 30% upside. Pero mukhang very cheap na itong URC at 110.30. So in the meantime, yung kanyang support level, I would say, makikita po natin dito sa 96. Ang next support level po niya, dahil ang previous support na na-breach ay ito po, 120. So next support is 96. So if it continues to decline, obserbahan po natin na baka mag-bounce po dito sa 96. Then the number one mining stock, or I would say one of the most active, is NIKL. Tingnan natin. Let's do a one day. Yan. So it had another breakout, although this is not much, 8.68% or 76 centavos up. And it went as high as 9.77. Kung titignan po natin ang presyo ng nickel, silipin nga natin yung presyo ng nickel. Yan, it's up 62.69%, and it continues to move upwards. Yan, okay. So nickel futures is now at 48,201. And it continues to move up, but if we'll take a look at the daily, yan. So nagpipick na po siya, but hindi ko pa makita kung talagang ito na yung pinakadulo niya, no? Mukhang pataas pa rin to. Okay? So nasa 952 yung nickel ngayon, which opened at 925 or 8.68%. Kung titingnan natin ang 15-minute chart, so dire-diretso po siya pataas, except here na nagkaroon siya ng profit taking. So balik natin sa one day. So it continues to move up, and it's now beyond the previous resistance is here, 905, pero na-breach na po yan. Nasa 952 na po ang nickel. So, it continues to move upwards. Yan. So, mapapansin nyo po, meron po siyang gap dito. Ito po. Ito po, meron siyang gap dito dahil yung previous closing price was at 876, but it opened at 925, which is higher than the closing price, ano? Kaya po meron siyang gap up. Yan yung gap up niya. And that gap will have to be filled sooner or later. And then finally we have FNI. FNI, meron pa ring gap up to, but there is volume here, no? And pagbukas ng market kasi kanina ay umakyat kagad yung mga nickel companies. So isa dito ang FNI, which had an 11.94% increase from the closing price of 310 yesterday. So meron bang resistance to? Tingnan natin yun. 1 week. Okay, so medyo malayo na po, no? Yung next resistance level niya ay pwede natin ilagay dito sa 543. No, sa 417 rather. Pero malayo na po ito. 2016 data na po ito based on the 1 week chart. Yung next resistance level ni FNI. So if you are into mining nickel companies, ano, trending po siya, no? At pataas po diyan, just follow the trend. So yan po, si FNI, balik natin sa 1 day, 1 day. Ayan, okay. So it continues to move up, and upward movement started January 31. Okay, yan po ang ating report sa stock market. March 8, 2022. Ito po si Benji Chidoro, nagpapaalala, investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik at hanggang sa muli. Stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.